You said what?
Huh?
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 He did what?
Nope.
With a banana? Hello and welcome to another episode of Cheap Smut. My name is Katie Mizell.
And my name is Max Joy.
And this is a podcast that just fucking can't anymore. I can't. How are you, honey?
I can't either.
I know.
But I'm doing well
Yeah.
in the face of just...
Of can't.
Of canting.
Yeah.
Of just canting anymore.
Yeah.
Himbo Jones has been pretty quiet all day.
Yeah, actually, he's been decent.
Until we sit down.
Yeah, now he's like, I got a new toy. I'm going to
Yeah.
play with it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I did buy him a toy without a squeaker.
Yeah.
So at least he can entertain himself without, hurting our eardrums.
That's true. And so, yeah, it's a nice way to come back to the regular... This is sort of a soft reboot.
Yeah.
In a way, because we were... I mean, this is the first time in about 4 months... give or take, where we've had the show like to ourselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Where we weren't talking about exclusively monster erotica authors or exclusively sinful or sinful authors.
Mm-hmm.
It's ours again.
Yep.
I'm Max now. We are. I never did.
You never did explain that on the last episode.
Last episode,
we were all like, he's going to explain why he changed his name. And then
the TLDR is I have a day job. That's really all it is. And I probably should have done this from the jump because I do have a day job that if you go back and listen to old episodes, there's plenty of information out there on what my real name is. Mm-hmm. It's not a secret. Mm-hmm. Somebody out there could potentially fuck with me. And it's one thing to have a smutty podcast. It's another thing to go out there and try and be a stand-up comedian. It's another thing entirely to start posing in various states of undress for the covers of these books. So I was like, you know what? I should probably change my name. So I have a new name. Well, I mean, I still have the old government name too, but from now on, call me Max. We have the new name, the new format. We are exclusively a bi-weekly podcast now for the foreseeable future. Do expect some surprise episodes to fall out every now and then.
Fall out. Just fall out of our asses.
Fall out of our heads. Somehow it uploaded itself. It's really weird. But we are bi-weekly and we're bi-weekly. We're bi-weekly. Pan-weekly. I don't know what that would be. Just any time.
Any week.
Any week.
I like all the weeks.
I could come out anytime.
I care more about the inside than the outside.
Yeah, there you go.
Of the week.
And that's where we're at. So how are you?
I'm good. I'm pretty good. I bashed the fuck out of my knee while you were upstairs watching hockey. I cannot fucking win. I can't win.
I was watching when?
I'm sorry, not hockey.
Baseball?
You were watching baseball, but
okay.
you were briefly talking about hockey before this started, and my brain just switched the sports out.
I did. But anyway, you bashed your knee, which goes lovely with your other bruises.
Huge bruise on my thigh because, listeners, I crashed my bicycle. As far as I am concerned, the brakes failed. They locked up on me when I tried to stop because I was not pushing down that hard on my brake lever, and yet I flew off the front of my bicycle. Yeah. And I bashed my thigh on the frame of the bike, and I scraped up my arm and legs landing on a fence. And
split rail, at least.
A split rail fence, yes, at least. Not a pointy top fence or something. That would really suck. And then, while I was stepping over the gate that we keep between our kitchen and den to keep the dog out while we're eating, I bashed my knee on the frame, the door frame.
Ouch, kabibble.
And I just started sobbing.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Full uncontrollable sobbing. It was Our daughter was staring at me, and she had no idea what to do. And eventually she ended up giving me a stuffed animal.
And an ice pack.
She didn't give me an ice pack. She gave me a stuffed animal. And then she went upstairs to tell you that I got hurt. That's what she told me. She went upstairs to tell you what happened.
Is that what she
I'm
thought
sure
she was
that's
telling
what she
me?
was telling. Yeah.
No, didn't get
Mm-hmm.
pure gibberish.
Mm-hmm. Nope. What she should have said was, a mommy hit her knee and now she's crying.
Yeah.
But what she probably said was, around a pacifier in her mouth.
Yeah, basically.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, I'm fine. I just had to cry a little bit.
Yay. Sometimes you got to squirt a few. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good. I'm good.
So speaking of squirting a few, what do we got on the... What do we got on the old palette today, or the old docket today?
Oh my God, dude!
And I'm stoked for it.
I know you are.
Because I mean I know who we're talking about, but the main reason I'm excited, and please, all of my wonderful friends at Sinful Signings and affiliated and associated with Sinful Signings, please don't take what I'm about to say personal. But fuck, am I glad to not be talking about some of the dark.
I know how hard that stuff is for you.
Woo,
I know.
It is not my particular jam.
I know. I love it. I love it.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
It's not my, it's not my jam, but that's okay. It's not bad enough where I'm like, well, I can't talk about it on the show. I just need my palate cleansed, and I cannot think of a better palate cleanser than what we have. Well, your cleavage for one, which is looking amazing.
Thank you.
But two, the book, or technically books that we're talking about, from a returning author.
Yes.
To the show. So let's not keep them in suspense anymore.
Yep. So this week I read Taking the Step by Bjorn Wilde, which is his newest and most recently completed novel. Bjorn releases all of his novels in serialization, so you get 30 to 45 pages of new content a month for 99 cents, and there is always a new book every single month. He has been consistent in that for a very long time. I have read everything he's ever written, with the exception of the Christmas book. I haven't read that one yet because I was saving it for Christmas.
Listener, I'm not kidding. You can probably hear me staring at my wife's cleavage. It's amazing.
They probably can. It's like a laser beam. I can feel it on my skin.
I can't help it. You look fantastic.
Thank you so much. So Bjorn Wilde's Taking the Step is his taboo stepdaddy and stepson romance that he just finished.
Oh, okay.
And I have been eyeing it for a long time. He's been releasing it for months, and I've been eyeing it for forever. And now it's completely done. So
I'm intrigued because I think that I have a prediction for myself. I will end up on the cover of a stepfather book.
It's very possible you'll end up a stepdad.
I think I have big, hot stepdad energy. So.
I mean, yeah, it just depends on whether or not those kind of books are in vogue at the time.
Yeah, whatever's in.
Yeah. So let's just get through all of this stuff. So it was Taking the Step by Bjorn Wilde was released in 7 parts, each available through Kindle Unlimited, or 99 cents to purchase. So you can buy the whole set for a little less than $7, which is more than our usual like cheap smut max, but I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, just stop at 4.
or yeah,
5.
just stop at 5 and be done. That's how many we're going to listen to today. I'm going to tell you the first 5 because, as always with Bjorn, I want you to go read it, and I'm not going to tell you the ending. So you have to go. You have to go read it. So for more information on Bjorn or his other books, he has a fantastic website. Really love your website layout, by the way, and not just because I'm quoted on it. But he has a bunch of other books. I think 7 other books available right now, all released in that same serialized format. So it feels like there's a lot more, which I love because it's tricking my brain into thinking I've read a lot more than I actually have. And I'm like, yay, I'm so accomplished. But like I said, I have read every single one, with the exception of the Christmas one. But my favorite is Love at First Loincloth, because it is a Tarzan retelling, and it's fucking hilarious. I loved everything about that.
And I've since gone back and read some of Scared Stiff on my own.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. So his other works include The Pirate's Greatest Treasure, A Sidekick Never Backs Down, Charming the Prince, obviously Scared Stiff, and Christmas Under Wraps, which is his answer to like to the Hallmark movie, but in a book.
And with dicks.
And with dicks, obviously, but it's like really punny. It's lighthearted. It's very tongue in cheek, but it's because everything Bjorn writes is gay romance. It's like the best version of a Hallmark movie, right? But without Candace Cameron Bure making everything awkward and Christian. Anyway. Let's do the triple T's, shall we?
Yes.
There's not a ton this week because it is a Bjorn book, but triggers for naive adolescent MMC and taboo attraction. And I'm also going to add a trigger for just wild use of euphemisms for penises. Wild. My least favorite is pork sword. That was in the book.
My favorite is pussy plunger.
No, we wouldn't call it that. Not in these books anyway.
Well, no, I mean, these are books.
There's a lot of use of like rod, tube, cylinder. I just like think of the shape of a dick and all the ways you can describe it.
Yeah. I'm trying, but I'm drawing a blank.
Well, pork sword.
Yeah.
Go with that.
I can't.
At one point, one of the characters says the word wowzer. Like, it's like, wowzer. That was amazing.
Funnily enough, it's wowzer. What a pork sword.
Wowzer. What a pork sword. No. Yeah. But I think it was wowzer. Masturbation's great. I think that was what his thought was at the time.
Can confirm.
Wowzer.
Yeah. There have been a few times where afterwards I was like, wowzer. Golly.
Well, gee whiz.
Yep.
So our tropes. This is an MM cis homosexual stepdaddy romance featuring a sexual awakening virgin main character, rom-com heavy on the com, and awakenings, just awakenings. Yeah. So many awakenings.
No pussy plunging.
Not at all.
Not this week.
Nope. And then for our titillations, we have physical self-discovery, masturbation, exhibitionism and voyeurism, mild DS dynamics or dom sub dynamics, homemade sex tape of your super hot stepdad, condom practice. And in parentheses, I just put suspend your disbelief. This is an 18-year-old man who has never touched his own junk before. Because that is a key plot point, and I don't believe it. Not for a second do I believe that this man never thought to touch it.
Yo, bro.
You can't even think of anything.
No, I can't. You going to condom pracky?
Go to condom pracky?
Check the sketty. You going to condom pracky?
Oh my god.
What if he's a hockey?
If
he's a hockey player?
Oh my god.
You want to go to condom pracky?
Never, ever, never, not once. No. Okay, so I wanted to start all this by reminding us that the vibes of a Bjorn Wild book. It is full of people saying things like "golly gee willikers" and like making terrible puns about everything. Anything and everything. So we're just going to keep that energy in mind going forward because it is a very taboo book, but it's not a taboo book. It's a goofy book, but it's also super taboo.
It's like if Minnesota were smutty.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And we're wearing a cheese hat or something. That's a Wisconsin thing, but still.
Yeah, if the upper Midwest got freaky.
Yeah. Oh, we get freaky up here in the Midwest. Oh, yeah. Oh, we get so freaky.
Don't you know? You know what that pineapple means, right? You know what the pineapple and the Adirondack chairs?
We invented key parties.
Yeah, you know that, right?
Janet brings the best ambrosia salad to the orgy.
Who brings the deviled eggs to the orgy?
Who brings the deviled eggs to the orgy? And other important questions.
Your mom used to make the best. She'd bring an aspic.
An aspic? That's fucking disgusting. That's beef jello, Carl.
I know, but she would make it part of the whole thing.
No, she would not.
So there's this thing called splashing.
No!
Yeah.
Cut the tape. I'm done. That's it. I'm leaving.
How to kill the podcast?
Who killed the podcast?
Beep.
Okay. I'm glad we have the right kind of energy for this.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Okay. So this is the story of Cameron Townsend, aka Cam. Cam just turned 18 and he's in the last weeks of high school. He's preparing to graduate and to move on from his years of being a very smart but very introverted and pretty unpopular twink.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he realizes that he's gay necessarily at the start of the book, but he's a fucking twink.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can relate.
Smart one.
I can relate to Cam until the twink part.
So he's like a perfect on page naive little twink. I love him. He's like skinny and cute and smart and he wears glasses, but he's completely unworldly. Like he knows nothing about the real world. At the start of the book, he's prepping for his final exams and he's got piles of books all over the house, most of which are subjects that he is super confident in. Like most of the core subjects, calculus, AP history, French, all fine. But he is stressing out because he does not feel confident in his knowledge of sex ed and he is nervous that he will fail that class.
I don't think
it's a full-on exam you have to take when you're 18 to pass high school, but again, we're suspending our disbelief here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
I know,
because right? That sounds borderline unethical.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure. But a lot of things that happen in this book are borderline unethical, so we'll just roll with it. So on top of all of the academic stress that he is feeling at the end of his high school career and like the social stress he's feeling about having to go to college, his mom has also remarried recently. After years of it being just them, after his like shitty deadbeat dad Randy left in his childhood, now he's got a new stepdad. He's trying to get to know him. He's this big, sporty, hairy jock named Jason. And his mom, whose name is Missy, has been working extra hard to make the ends meet. Now everything is like better and they're stable. She's happy. Jason has moved in. Everything's great. And she's getting ready to go out of town on her first week-long business trip since this huge transition has been made in their lives. And she is leaving Jason and Cam at home together for a week of what she hopes will be bonding time because Cam has never had a father, not a real father. Randy was not a father. He was a sperm donor. And she just wants Cam to have a solid, male presence in his life.
I think he's about to.
Right? That's what solid presence. So in the middle of all of this, she will apparently also be missing his high school graduation, which really fucking sucks. Yeah. And she is apologetic. She knows that she's missing an important thing for her son, but she can't like get out of this work thing. So off she goes. She gives each of these guys, Jason and Cam, a little pep talk separately. She encourages them to look after each other, to help each other, to try to get to know each other. In particular, she encourages Jason to try and help Cam with his studying because this is the most important thing that's happening in his life right now. His finals are a huge deal. Help him however you can. And Jason, who is this huge, he's a himbo jock. He's like, I don't really know how I'm going to be able to help this very smart young man.
I'll lift those books, I guess.
I'll do what I can. And he really, he does want to build a relationship with Cam, a father-son relationship. Yeah. It feels like what he wants out of this is a father-son relationship. He calls Cam sport and he tries to, smack him on the back and give him a little pep talk. And, he's trying very hard to be this kid's dad.
Yeah, I will give Jason the benefit of the doubt. Going into this, he probably had good intentions.
Yeah. When he comes home from dropping Missy off at the airport, it's late on Friday night, and he comes home to find Cam studying at the kitchen table. And Cam says that he couldn't sleep, so he figured he might as well just use that time for something productive. And Jason's like, nah, bro, it is Friday night. It's our first night of our special guys week. We are going to do something super cool. It's movie night, my guy. It's movie night. So specifically, Jason wants to watch guy movies. He wants to watch action movies starring the greatest action star of all time, Kurt Chaos.
Oh, okay.
So they pop some popcorn, they sit down on the couch, they turn on the movie.
I thought you were going to say Lucas Lee. I was really
I know. I think Kurt Chaos came before Lucas Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they turn on this movie and Cam is shook by this muscle-bound, shirtless hero that is Kurt Chaos. I think this is like his first real awakening. There's a lot of description of like glistening bronze biceps and chiseled jaw lines and hairy torsos and like pure unbridled testosterone on the TV right now, and it's doing it for Cam, right?
Bjorn, you don't have to do this. You do not.
You don't.
Under any circumstances, have to do what I'm about to suggest. But please do. Please have somebody, or any author, doesn't have to be Bjorn. I want somebody to have this type of sexual awakening, but to just like the most like Colin from What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
Like the accountant, but not the Ben Affleck, like an actual
shoulder hunched geek you can find. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't want to hear about biceps glistening.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear about sciatica flaring.
A line of zinc down his nose at the beach and squinting.
Exactly.
Sweating and pale. Oh. And she's just like, oh my God, but she looks like Sofia Vergara or something.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep. Straw hat.
Giant straw hat.
Socks and sandals.
Of course.
Panties explode.
Ovaries dunzo. Just like Cam is feeling about Kurt Chaos. So
nice.
At a certain point, Jason asks for the bowl of popcorn, and Cam is mortified to move the bowl out of his lap because he's currently hiding a boner with the giant bowl of popcorn right now. But Jason's super chill about it. He's like, sport, it happens. We're both guys. Sometimes you get a boner, man. It's fine. It's nothing to be embarrassed about, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of the titillation in this book is related to Jason accepting and encouraging Cam's basic sexual functions. In a way that really feels like, no, he could think he's just being a good dad right now. He really could.
He's trying
so hard. And you're never really quite sure exactly how he feels about any of this, because this is all from Cam. Like, it's in third person, but it's all mostly third person limited to Cam.
Every other page in the physical copy is just a picture of the white man blinking GIF.
And you're just going, what? What? I swear to God, I kept on reading it for many reasons, but one of them was, where the fuck is this going?
Say what
this
now?
Feels weird. You said what?
Huh?
He did what?
Nope.
With a banana? So that's where a lot of the titillation of this comes from, is encouraging Cam's sexual exploration, his sexual awakening. So Jason implies that, did I write turgid visitor in my notes? Was that from Bjorn, or did I write turgid visitor?
Well, whoever wrote it, I'm claiming it as a band name.
It's fucking amazing. So Jason implies that it's pretty easy to take care of a boner. And Cam's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
All of a sudden, it becomes the most awkward Spider-Man pointing meme,
Seriously?
but it's just two dudes with boners that are pointing at each other.
I was not aware of a single penis haver on this entire planet who didn't have it in their hand a bunch when they were just a kid figuring it out, because that is wild.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody does that, right?
It's like a fidget spinner.
Yes. It's right there, and it's floppy, and it's right in front of you. And you mean
yeah.
to tell me that at no point in your 18 years of life did you ever touch it too much, and then it went, woo! Like, no?
Yeah.
You never did that? It's insane, Cameron.
Yeah, dude, I was like 12.
I don't even.
12 or 13.
I don't know.
Come on, Cam. Step
I think
up.
the average age is 12.
Yeah.
Something like that. And that feels about normal. That's when your hormones start coming online and stuff. So, yeah, your actual, like, breed and mate hormones that don't fully develop until you're 18 or 19, but they start when you're about 12. Anyway, so Jason thinks that this is a good time to, like, finish up this very awkward moment that is happening. And he's like, don't worry about it, buddy. You'll figure it out. And he leaves. Like, I'm going to go upstairs. I need to take a shower. I need to go to bed. So he leaves Cam. And Cam, as his stepdad is walking away, has the revelation that Jason looks a hell of a lot like Kurt Chaos. A hell of a lot. They're similarly big, beefy, hairy guys, right? So he as he's watching Jason walk away, his brain starts to go down this path of like, a big, strong man who can keep me close and hold me safe and shut the fuck up, brain. That's your stepdad.
And be married to my mother.
And be married to my mother. Exactly. So this is the beginning of what will be several serial long like shame spiral that he has inside of his own head, because this is a very taboo book. Cam tries to wait for this erection to go away, but it just keeps getting encouraged by random sexy thoughts of Kurt Chaos, who then morphs into Jason inside of his own head. He can't make it go away. So eventually, through all of this internal conflict, he decides he's going to go upstairs and go to bed. How are you going to sleep through that? I don't know, but he's going to try. But when he gets up in his bedroom, he realizes he can hear Jason in the shower because he shares a wall with the master bedroom that has the bathroom in it. And the longer he lays there listening to Jason in the shower, the more he thinks about the fact that Jason is in the shower and he's naked in the shower, in the steamy, naked shower, and he's just on the other side of the wall,
so steamy and naked and showering, and over there, and just over there,
just right there. And so he decides to sneak into the bedroom and try to get a peek of Jason in the shower, against his own better judgment, but the horny is driving the bus right now. And he watches through a crack in the door of the bathroom as Jason jacks off. Welcome to the Big Dick Club, Jason. It's apparently huge. And he watches this happen. It is a very intense moment of self-pleasure. He is talking. He is taking his time. He's really making it last. And then he starts saying Cam's name.
Oh, no.
And he says Cam's name as he finishes. And at that moment, like, Cam can't keep it inside his own head anymore. He's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
He says it very quietly, but he says it, and then he books it as quietly as he can out of the room. He doesn't want Jason to know that he caught him doing that, obviously, right? So he goes back to his own room, and now he is aware that this is apparently a thing you can do. He just watched Jason do it, so he jacks off for the first time ever.
Yeah.
While fantasizing about being fucked by Jason. And then when he hits that post-nut clarity, he sort of wades through the shame and decides that this is like a weird kinky attraction that he has, and he's just going to ignore it, and hopefully it won't happen again. It's just his brain settling into like having a father who actually wants to try, and like it's a whole big thing inside of his head. Except maybe he hopes it's not. Maybe. So much internal conflict.
Yeah.
The next morning, he comes downstairs and Jason is making breakfast in nothing but his like slutty dad shorts and an apron.
Oh.
And Cameron spends the entire interaction freaking out about this internal conflict and being so attracted to Jason and wondering about his own refractory period, because what do you mean it's hard again? Duh, guy. Duh. You're 18.
Yeah.
This is the thing. This is the only thing I can't suspend my disbelief about, is that an 18-year-old doesn't know about his dick.
Well, not only that, but
that's it.
Yeah.
All the rest of it, I can actually see happening and be understanding about.
Well, now, if his dad was as terrible as he says he was, which we have no reason to take him at anything other than face value on that. Probably didn't teach him anything.
No.
He probably has had other conflicting feelings. He's probably questioned his sexuality, but before, I think maybe.
I don't know.
Everybody's journey is different.
Yeah,
but
there's no implication of any previous understanding of himself.
Yeah.
It's truly, and it has nothing to do with his sexuality or his. It's right there. What do you mean he didn't touch it?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, but.
I don't know.
I'm trying to give Cam the benefit of the doubt, but
I'm sure I'm discounting an entire group of people, and somebody can come to me and tell me I didn't touch my dick until I was 22. Okay,
I was gonna say,
I will change my tune. I will change it. I swear.
It seems highly improbable.
It does, but anyway. So Jason in this scene gives Cam his first cup of coffee. He doesn't like coffee, but then there's this whole bit about adding cream and all. There's so many entendres about cream. Holy fuck, man. But he does decide that he likes coffee when you add cream. They spend the morning in the backyard throwing a football around. So Jason has presented Cam with a plan for the day. It's Saturday, so they're going to hang out. We're going to spend the morning doing what I want to do, and we'll spend the afternoon doing what you want to do. Yes? So in the morning, we're going to play football in the backyard. We're going to throw the pigskin around. You and me, buddy.
Hug it, chug it, football.
Exactly. And by the end of it, the very unsporty Cam throws like a perfect spiral pass that almost knocks Jason off his feet. And we're all very proud. They have a really lovely moment. And then Jason like lets out a, "That's my boy." And then he gets all self-conscious and asks like, is it okay if I call you that, if I call you my boy? Like, I've always wanted to have a boy. And you're like, what do you mean when you say I want to have a boy?
Because I snuck into the bathroom last night.
What do you mean? What do you mean? And Cam is like, yes, please call me your boy forever, daddy. And again, I cannot tell whether Jason meant this in a fatherly fashion or in a daddy fashion. But it was a really sweet moment. And he was very happy when Cam said yes, that he could call him that if he wanted to. The energy in that moment is like certainly really awkward and very nervous. But again, is it because they're trying to form a complex familial relationship that will last until the older one dies, or because they want to be boyfriends? That's taboo. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, man. Eventually they go back inside and they do the next part of the plan, which is to help Cam study for his finals. But Jason is a hella jock who is not comfortable helping Cam with anything that involves brains.
Wait, can I throw my football at your book?
And like, because this is all about awkward hilarity, Jason starts going through the books trying to find one that he thinks he can help with, and he finds Cam's sex ed text, and he's like, finally, a subject I know something about.
I touched my dick just last night.
He's like, but I bet you don't need any help in that department, huh, my boy? And Cam is like, well, now that you mention it, I could use some help, actually. Could you help me with this? That's the end of book 2, by the way. Bjorn is very good at doing a cliffhanger at the end of the serial to make you want to read the next one. Love that. Good job, Bjorn. So they talk about sex ed. It is awkward, but Jason does try to be serious, except that the first topic in question is nocturnal emission. And that pretty much immediately moves into a conversation about masturbation, because Jason is like, okay, well, that's a pressure release valve. That won't happen if you take care of the pressure during the day, right? There are better ways for your body to take care of that. And Cam's like, what are you talking about? And then it becomes this whole like weird conversation about masturbation, and Cam admitting that he tried it for the first time the night before. And Jason is weirdly proud of that. He's like, good job, buddy. I knew you'd figure it out. Cam's like, please, Earth, swallow me. I want my stepdad to be my daddy. And he's praising me for jerking me off. But also, I kind of want to ask him for tips. So maybe I'll ask him for tips. But also, maybe I'll just die.
in an alternate timeline where you and I didn't meet, and I ended up somehow being the stepfather to an 18-year-old, and he was saying this stuff to me about his dick, I'd be like, bro, are you fucking with me right now?
Yeah.
Are you seriously fucking like listen?
Is this a joke?
Is this listen?
Is this a prank because I'm your new stepdad?
If this exactly, are you fucking with are you secretly like, are you punking me? Because, and if you're not, it's fine.
Filming this for your YouTube channel.
Yeah. If it's not a joke, it's fine, and we will deal with it, and I will feel terrible for asking you if it was. But is this a fucking joke?
For real. Am I being filmed right now? So Jason then encourages Cam to like try it more often. Try it with lube. Try it with visual aids.
Try it right now.
Take your time. Like, really see what feels good. Discover your own body, your own physical pleasure. That is great advice to give to a young adult. I really do agree with that. It's just not in this context necessarily. He tells him that if he has any questions or if he needs anything, he can always come and talk to his stepdad. He's always going to be here for him. As long as he's there. If he wants to open up, Jason will be there.
Yeah, I bet he will.
Yeah, I bet he will. Cam gets another boner and he gets embarrassed about it again. And Jason calls it a night at that point. He leaves and he gives Cam homework. The homework of trying some of those tips that he just gave him. Yeah, your homework is to jack off.
I was a straight A student.
Oh, stepson of mine.
I was a straight A student in high school. I swear to God. If that's the criteria we're judging.
Seriously. What? How am I getting graded on this? How do I prove it?
How do
I prove it?
I magnum came loudly in high school.
Oh my God. Cam then spends the rest of the afternoon actually studying actual schoolwork by himself. And then he goes to his room in the evening where he finds a bottle of lube and some porn on his nightstand that Jason left there for him.
With a note.
I don't remember if there was a note, but I remember that the bottle was slippery because it had been previously used.
Jason?
It's like Jason's personal bottle of Max Glide. So Cam's like, all right, well, I guess we're doing this. You can't tell an 18-year-old boy who just learned about masturbation to not do that some more. So he goes through the porn and he decides that he wants to watch Guys Do It Better uncut. Yeah, Jason has a really lovely selection of both straight and gay porn.
All right.
Yes, this is great. And when he pulls it out of when he pulls Guys Do It Better uncut out of the DVD case, underneath that DVD is another homemade DVD that just says private across it. And he can't help himself. He puts it into the DVD player. And it ends up being a homemade solo tape that Jason made of himself talking to the camera, seducing the viewer, and stripping. And Cam watches. He talks back to Jason on the screen. He calls him daddy, and he comes at the exact moment that Jason takes his pants off. And you're like, wow, that didn't take long at all. Good for you, brother.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, yeah, after that much time not doing it.
Yeah, right. So much pent up. So he can't enjoy the afterglow of that, though, because he thinks he hears a shuffling sound in the hallway. And then when he looks to the door, it is cracked, but he's pretty sure that he closed the door. He's pretty sure. He goes to check, though. There's nobody in the hallway. So he thinks he must be being paranoid. He decides to just go to sleep. The next morning, they have breakfast together again, and Jason says today is a work day. Missy has been asking him to paint the siding for the longest frickin' time, and today they are getting it done so that it will be done when she gets home. Cam was kind of hoping to avoid Jason for the rest of the time that he was here because he's got all these weird horny feelings, but like he can't not do something for his mom, so they're going to go and do this. To protect their clothes, and because it is a swelteringly hot day, they both take their shirts off, and then they start the very sweaty task of painting the side of the house. By the end of it, they're talking, they're having a great time, and then Jason flicks paint onto Cam while they're talking, which starts a very brief paint fight that then devolves into them wrestling on the lawn. Yeah, so they're having a full-on wrestling match. They're not pulling their punches. They're not going easy. They're pinning each other. Cam's like, yes, use me, daddy, the whole thing. It's a very like sub-awakening kind of moment.
I was going to say, because if he's as twinky as, he's probably not, there's probably a bit, not a size, like a full-on size difference. It's not a size difference,
yeah, but it's definitely Bear v Twink at this moment. Jason is very spurred on by how delighted Cam seems to be with all of this, and he doubles down. He pins Cam to the ground. He gives him like a nipple twister or something. He flips him over and like pins him with his hands behind his back and his face in the dirt, and Cam's just like, yes, daddy, pick on me some more. They finally they finish wrestling. Cam flips them. He pins Jason, and then he sits up and he's like, I need a break, but he's sitting in Jason's lap, not on purpose necessarily, it's just how they landed. And then he realizes that Jason's hard dick is in the cleft of his ass, and they separate very quickly after that in embarrassment.
No touching.
Yeah, so Jason goes to shower, and Cam sits down in the kitchen for like 20 minutes wondering if Jason is doing all of this on purpose. At this point, like, did he really? This feels like he's doing it on purpose, but maybe he is just this big dumb sweet himbo. Like, you can't really tell.
Yeah,
you can't really tell. When the shower goes off, Cam gives it a couple minutes, and then he's gonna go up and take a shower of his own. But when he walks into the bathroom, Jason is still there, dong out, and they just start having a conversation. Cam's like, I'm so sorry, and Jason's like, dude, no, it's fine. This is the bathroom. We got the same equipment. It's fine. Like, he's just trying to make him feel really comfortable and safe around him. So they have a short conversation while Jason towels off, and then Cam takes a shower. At the end of the night, Jason helps Cam study a little bit more, and tonight they are studying the anatomy of a penis. And while they are, and while they're talking about it, Cam expresses some concerns about the size of his own dick. He's worried that he might be too big.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Now, see, this is the problem, and we've talked about this on other episodes before. I don't trust the opinion or the thoughts of someone who is never like a virgin.
Yeah.
And you're telling it's huge.
It's huge. Well, in this case, I suppose he's seen a few. He has to have been in a locker room at some point in his life, right? I don't know. Anyway, my point is, he expresses concern that he might be larger than average and that might make him freakish somehow or something. And Jason's like, well, how big is it? Cam doesn't know. He's never thought to measure. So Jason goes and gets out a ruler. He's like, well, there's some things you should just know about yourself. Yeah. So let's measure this.
Measure twice, suck once.
Fuck you. That was so funny.
It's wood. It's carpentry.
You know who else was a carpenter?
Plays Wonderwall.
Anyway, so after some internal struggle of taking his pants off and measuring his dick in front of his stepdad, Cam's like, yeah, I'm taking my pants off in front of him. I'm definitely doing this. So he drops them. But he's being really vulnerable in this moment, and they have a really sweet and heartfelt moment about fathers and sons. Like, he just dropped his shorts, and Jason is like, I'm really glad that you trust me. I'm really glad that you're... And Jason is like, I'm so happy that you're letting me in. And Cam is like, I'm so relieved to have a strong male presence in this house. And again, you cannot tell what the fuck they mean by that.
Is the house your ass?
It was so good.
You
heard it was so good. The way you toed that line was amazing.
Do you want me in your ass? Is that what?
Yeah. So anyway, they have this really great heartfelt violins do kind of moment, and then it's right back to measuring that dick. Right, it's time to measure your dick, sport.
It reminds me of the time I had to get measured for my custom made breakaway G-string.
Oh yeah, you did have to do that. That was fun
for my appearance in the
in the Full Monty.
Yeah.
So it's time to get back to dick measuring, but oh no, in that heartfelt moment, he lost his erection. Luckily, they now have this open camaraderie between them, and Cam can show Jason some of the techniques he's learned, I guess. Yeah, I don't fucking know, bro. It's wild. So he starts jacking it so he can get hard again so that they can measure the dick, right? And it's 9 inches. Everybody clap.
Okay.
Welcome to the Big Dick Club, Cameron. Huzzah. And then Cam asks if he can jack off some more for Jason to essentially get coaching.
Look.
He just wants to know if he's doing it right.
I don't want to be. We're already here.
Yeah, right. It's already out.
We're already
doing this, right? And so that's exactly what they end up doing, and they fall into this really easy, natural, not super apparent, but dom sub dynamics are present for sure.
I thought you were gonna say rhythm.
No,
like the blinker and the windshield wiper, but with their dicks.
No, they fall into
dom sub, totally different.
Dom sub roles. Jason is obviously in charge. Cam is obviously very cool with being in charge of, and he starts to jack off for Jason. They have a fantastic time. They never finish though because
his wife comes home and
phone rings and his wife is calling.
Yeah. With questions.
Yeah. So then they have a phone conversation. So Jason,
she's like, we have cameras all over this fucking house, and I have an app, right?
No, they don't, obviously. Thank God. So Jason answers the phone, "Hi, honey," and has a conversation just asking her about her day. And
dick out the whole time.
His dick's not out, but Cam's dick is out. Right? And Cam is still, he's being bratty. He's jacking off still. Like, he's fucking with Jason. at this moment. And Jason's like, hey, Missy, do you want to talk to Cameron? You want to talk to Cameron, right? Of course you want to. He's your son, right? Here, talk to Cameron. And Cam takes the phone. He's like, what the fuck? Come here. It's like, two can play that game. You can't. Don't fuck with me. I'll fuck right back. Don't fuck with me.
I'll
put your mom on the phone while your dick's in your hand.
I'll put your mom in one hand.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I hate it. So that puts an end to that scene. They've talked on the phone with Missy, and now Cam is fucking racked with guilt and weird ass feelings, and they're done for the night. Cam goes upstairs to go to sleep, but he can't because, again, guilt. And eventually he ends up deciding that he is going to, tomorrow is the last day before Missy comes home. So he is just going to spend the day away from Jason.
Probably
away.
Probably for the best.
From Jason until she gets home, and that's just going to be the end of it. And he can survive that, right? He can do that. And then the next morning, Jason's got coffee and breakfast ready, and he's super apologetic and chipper stepdad mode, and he is offering to help him study again for his finals because he knows how important it is to Cam. And Cam really can't say no to that, right? Like, he needs help studying, right?
I'm starting to think this is more important to Jason than it is to Cam.
I swear to God. So they sit back down after breakfast to study a little more. And today's topic of conversation is prophylactics. Condoms and how important they are. And indeed, they are incredibly important. And Cam needs to learn how to apply one. Jason is a little appalled that in his class they were never actually given the tools to try to apply a condom, real world application.
You can't just whip your dick out in class, Jason.
Well, no, but the banana or the cucumber, that's been
know.
going on for years, and you really should teach people how to apply a condom safely. Yeah. But abstinence only schooling, blah, 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 blah. My sex ed teacher had to bring in his own dental dams from home. Just to teach us about what dental dams were.
I didn't even get that far.
I mean, yeah. And that was like, whoa, he brought that in from home. He must be a freak. Like, no, right. He bought it at the store to show us because he thought it was important.
Yeah, because he also had to buy crayons and a stapler, too.
Seriously.
Because he's a teacher.
Yeah. He bought literally everything, including the fucking will to live while you asked a million stupid questions about cigarettes. I remember that class, and those people were stupid. Stupid. The rumors people heard about sex and cigarettes. Just dumb. So Cam has never learned how to actually put a condom on before, right? This is a problem. He also doesn't own condoms. Why would he? He's never had to use them.
Fair.
So luckily, Jason's got some lying around. So he runs upstairs. He digs around until he can find one. He brings down a pack of Magnum XLs. Because, of course, he's got his dick's even bigger than Cameron's. And Cam's is huge. So they get out a banana. We're going to learn how to put a condom on a banana. The only problem is the banana is way too small for the size of this condom.
I was going to say, we got to go pick up a baguette.
Seriously, something much like a squash, a butternut squash. I don't know. But anyway, so it falls right off the banana. And Jason's like, well, that's not going to do. We do have one other option, I suppose. And is
it a 2 liter of RC Cola? Because if it's your dick.
It's your stepdad's dick. Oh. You're going to learn how to apply a condom right here, right now on your stepdad's dick. And that's exactly what he does.
I'd rather he didn't, though.
The guy's wearing a jock strap for some reason. on a random Thursday morning.
Sunday or whatever, Thursday.
Yeah.
Either way.
I don't know what day it is. And also it doesn't matter, but.
We don't do that. I have been in locker rooms for decades.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Whatever the reason, he's wearing one now. And so Cam pulls it down and he gets the tip on it, and then he kind of like freezes and he's like, whoa, wait, I don't know if I should be doing this or not.
He's like, wait, that's been in my mom.
I hate it. I really hate it. So he powers through that feeling, right?
I bet he does.
Because there is confidence in making eye contact with Jason and seeing what he swears to God is lust. He swears he sees lust. And so he gets down on his knees to have a better view of what is happening directly in front of his face so he can learn how to properly apply this condom.
Nope, you do it the way we all do it. You do it in the dark.
And then in the dark.
You do it in the dark like you're changing film canisters on a 35 millimeter camera on a film set in a bag where you can't see it. Do it blind like you're field stripping a...
Oh my God.
M16.
That's so funny. Okay. So anyway, he does this. He applies the condom. He does a great job.
Thank God.
He gets praise from Jason for doing
Even
that.
Better.
And then he stands back up and he's like, hooray, I did a good job. And Jason's like, okay, now do it to yourself. I know how to apply a condom. I'm good. I need to know that you know how to keep yourself safe. Now you've got to do it. And Cameron asks, he's like, okay, is this too weird? Is this getting too weird, Jason? Is this getting too weird?
Now?
I know. Should we continue doing this? Are you going to tell my mom about this?
I'm going to tell your mom. I'm going to climb into the book.
Right? We should all be telling your mom, but no. So he basically is like, is it bad? Are we keeping secrets from my mother? Is this bad? And Jason tells him, Cameron, you are an 18-year-old man. Your mom goes out all the time with her girls and does shit you will never get to know about and you never have to know about because that's how she bonds with her girls. And this is how guys bond. And I was like, no, it's fucking not. No, it's not. Never has once been ever.
He had me in the first half.
Seriously. He had me too. I was like, oh man, that's a really good argument. You're right.
Because when we did Step Brother Summer, not related.
Not related.
And at the end, they were like, we just, like, if we met before we knew that you two, like, it's a good argument. It's a valid argument. I thought that might be where, like, I thought he might be going for some sort of like thread in the needle. No.
Oh man, it was so close. It was really solid advice too about, you know, being your own person and recognizing that your mother is also a whole human being who has secrets, and like not everything that you don't know is a secret, you know, but also guys bond by exposing themselves to each other physically. I don't think that's true, Jay Bear. I really don't. Now, having said that, I don't have a penis, so I never did have guy friends growing up. I don't know how true circle jerking is.
Yeah.
The fuck do I know?
We did now. There one of my best friends whom you do know. I'm pretty sure I have one friend whose penis I have never seen. But that's because they were not an athlete, as it were. But even then, no. Now, I know some y'all probably did some weird stuff. That's fine. But the average run-of-the-mill penis-having dude growing up
isn't just jacking off in front of his friends. Is a bonding experience.
No. Almost every group has that one guy that whips it out all the time because they think it's funny. But yeah,
you'll occasionally come across a girl version of that.
Yeah.
And she'll either show her tits to just about anybody or she'll flash her ass constantly.
Yeah.
Same thing, just different gender. Yeah. So anyway, that's not how guys bond, but it is how they're going to bond. And Cameron is like, oh, good. I've gotten some reassurance from the strong, stable, reliable masculine presence in my home. And he has told me that this is fine. So let's do this then. And he drops his pants. And that's the end of book 5. I'm not telling you guys the rest. You gotta go read the rest for yourselves, motherfucker. You gotta, because it's so good. It's hilarious. I fucking love Bjorn so much. God, I love him.
I hope he's doing well.
Oh, he is a delight. He's a delight.
I'm going to say I'm into him.
I'm into him. Hey! That's a good one.
It's been so long.
It has.
I almost forgot to ask you.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you didn't because I have things. I was
going to say we almost have to do like a catch up or almost like an honorable mention of shit where we've been into because we haven't
talked about it for like a month.
Yeah, and we haven't talked about it for a month. And since Sinful, since the live episode, we didn't do one. So what are you into?
What am I into? Right now, I just started a show on Netflix that I'm really, really enjoying called The Lazarus Project. Lazarus Project. And it's in a very similar vein to another show that I was into, I think in year 1, or maybe year 2, Travelers.
Yeah. I was going to say, I can just by the name, it sounds very Travelers-esque.
Yeah. So the Lazarus Project, Travelers is a show that I really love, starring Eric McCormack and a bunch of other people, about operatives from the future who send their consciousness back in time to prevent disaster and try to save humanity from an unfortunate future. Yes. The Lazarus Project is about a small group of individuals who have fucked with time in some way, and now they have the ability to reset the timeline whenever a disaster of apocalyptic proportions happens. And they will go back and they will go back and they will go back over and over and over, trying to stop this thing that has happened. And only these 5 or 6 people who are in the group know that it's happened. So they have seen the world collapse hundreds of thousands of times over the course of, I don't know how long, but at least dozens in the stories that they've told up to this point. And it's so fucking emotionally wild. Okay. This episode I just watched, at the end of it, I was sobbing because this woman who is part of this group told the story of how she got pregnant, but she got pregnant a little too far away from the checkpoint. And she had her baby, and they made it all the way to 6 hours before the new checkpoint, before they reset. And she not only lost her baby, she wasn't pregnant anymore because she went back to the beginning of the timeline. Mm. And nobody else in her life could remember that she had a whole ass son, and he died. But he didn't really die. He just never existed. Yeah. And that was so horrifying. And then so she and her husband tried again, but they waited until further into the timeline so that even if they had to reset again, she would just be pregnant again. But then they reset so many times trying to prevent disaster in 2018 that she had to go through labor dozens of times for one baby. Mm-hmm. Over and over and over again until it was essentially nothing but a trauma. That's so fucking insane to me, man. I'm still thinking about it. Like, obviously, I haven't stopped talking about it. And it's so good.
It's funny because the whole time I'm sitting over here with a completely nonplussed reaction.
Yeah.
Because all I'm thinking about is this is Save Scumming, the television series. That's all it is. All you're watching is a video game. If everything that it was in the video game, mm-hmm. like imagine Dark Souls. Mm-hmm. Every time you die, like that's all. For those of you who don't know what the term save scumming is, it's something you do like, I know that I'm going to fight this big boss here pretty soon, so I'm going to save. And if it doesn't go well, I can just come back to the save point and try it again. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have varying opinions on save scumming. Don't give a fuck. I'll save scum all day.
Well, I mean, to extend the narrative, the villain that they are actively fighting with right now is an anti-save scummer. He just thinks we shouldn't be doing
exactly. There you go. Yeah. So this is that. So somewhere along the line, a gamer had an idea for a television show, and it was this. I probably wouldn't watch it because that sounds, like you said, just too fucking wild. But I love that essentially somebody took something that I'm extremely mm-hmm. familiar with and just extended it into a television show.
It's super wild. It's super emotionally compelling. It's difficult to process sometimes, like the idea of having the same baby over and over and over again because time just keeps resetting because some asshole in Eastern Europe started a Cold War with Korea, like, and we never knew about it because they reset the timeline in 2018. We never knew.
Yep.
But they only get one checkpoint. It's July 1st every single year. And if they can make it a whole year, then it resets again. But they'll only go back if the world ends, not if like a politician dies.
Yeah.
If the politician dying leads to the world ending,
then yeah.
But they did make a great joke in the first episode because it was filmed post-COVID. So the guy's like, "What, COVID-19? Why didn't you stop that?" And she said, "You got a vaccine in 9 months. You think we didn't go back?"
Idiots.
Idiot. Anyway, that's what I'm into. Honorable mentions include Watson, the TV show I just watched on Paramount, and the song The Doll People by Sofia Ayala, which is a great song and one I've listened to many times, but I'm back into it again right now because it's a feminine rage song and I'm angry.
Hell yeah.
What are you into?
You're not mad at me, are you?
No.
Okay, good. I'm into not being mad or not having you mad at me.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. No, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've got so much going on. Like I know I probably got some honorable mentions laying around. I'm going to give an honorable mention. I feel like there was something that I needed to do, but I'm going to give an honorable mention to the Criterion Channel.
Yeah,
I'm really loving the Criterion Channel. I'm a film dork, and I'm not as film dorky as I used to be, but God damn it, I love having the Criterion Channel. So that's my honorable mention. But the thing that I'm into the most, it's the thing that I've been talking to you about most consistently for the last month, is Pablo Torre Finds Out.
I know. I love Pablo.
PTFO, baby. Pablo Torre Finds Out. He is a Peabody Award-winning journalist who leans into sports. He became very famous 15 years ago for doing an article that had articles written, like anniversary articles written about it. That's how good it was. It was about how do so many athletes go broke. And there's a very sober, I think it was just the NFL. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was just the NFL. But there was some statistic that like either professional athletes or NFL, 72% of them are broke within 4 years of retirement. And he wrote this fascinating piece about it, and he became famous. But now he has a YouTube series where he does very awesome deep dive investigative journalism into a lot of things that if you follow sports at all might have been broken by him, including the massive NFL Players Association scandal that's going on right now. But then he'll also do things where he has Wayne Fetterman on, he teaches comedy history at USC, and they talk about comedy. Or he had the 86-year-old man who plays MLB The Show, and he brought John Boog Shambi in to do the play-by-play while they're playing it and surprise him, because he started dropping like, wow, the guy in the blue sweater. Like it was so cute and funny. There's something in there for everybody. There's a whole episode on Severance, because he loves Severance. There's a lot of stuff about Bill Belichick and his 24-year-old girlfriend down at the University of North Carolina. That's what it was. An honorable mention goes to my new favorite website, Voyeurism. Speaking of Bill Belichick, there's a Freedom of Information Act. There's a person that does a lot of reporting on college sports, but they utilize the very broad powers of the Freedom of Information Act because public universities are subject to FOIA. And that's how I showed you the college mascot training stuff that this guy got his hands on, including the training videos to show how Sparty, right around the corner, like Sparty, 2 miles away.
Our Lansing Spartan, how he is supposed to lay on the ground appropriately.
Yeah.
Posture and junk coverage.
Exactly, posture and junk coverage. And apparently there is a handler that is with Sparty all the time who claims that Sparty is not, there's nobody inside Sparty. Sparty is a student at Michigan State.
And he has been for like 50 years.
Yeah. So
and he hasn't aged a day.
Yeah. Pablo Torre Finds Out is what I'm into, with the honorable mention of Foya Ball. Have you picked a book or books? Have you picked something to read for the next episode?
I have not, but in this new format, I would like to start, I think, announcing the next book on the video for, like, on the TikTok. When I announce what's coming on the main feed, we'll announce what the next book is at the same time.
I don't know if that'll work because of the patrons. You might have to announce it when we announce it for, so, like, we're not going to have a production meeting on the air. We'll figure it out.
Yes. Anyway, to answer your question, no, I have not decided what I'm going to read for next week, but I'll figure it out.
And when you do, I will be looking forward to hearing all about it. But in the meantime, you can find us on social media. We are on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Threads. All of those links are in the show notes down in the link tree. If you would like to communicate with us via email, please do so. cheapsmutpod@gmail.com. As always, there is a link to this book, or in this case, books, in the show notes. And it will also be on the link tree when this episode hits the main feed, if I remember to change it. It's not an affiliate link. We don't get any money for it. We're just trying to help the authors out. But if you would like to support us financially, you can do so on Patreon for as little as $1 a month, like these fine folks have. Stargirl121, Patricia Kuykendall, Linda is back, Jimmy Bones, Jenny Allen, Catherine Zofrea, Tara Tappan, Katie Shepard, Lindsay Rain, Eden Knox, Zach, Zoe Barrett, Emily Purley, Aaron Manak, Miss Chris, Raven, Natasha Bear, Desiree Rodriguez, Local Mind Flayer Seattle number 42, Vincent Sultanfuss, Kitsune Inc., Cassie, Cassandra, Brian S., April D. Berry, Dana Goddard, Stephanie Hawkins, Gemma, Lady Squishy Buns, Tia Esk, Rob Gatika, Angela McNichols, Katie Hurd, Gwendolyn Harper, Seneca O, and Rebecca K. The music that you hear in this and every episode is called Storytime by Mated Fates.
Listener, remember, if there is a book in you, write it. And if there's fucking in it, I'll read it.
And then she'll come on this show and explain it to me for your entertainment.
Now I have to go. Goodbye.